I like this thumbnail, Marcus, merely because it looks like something's already gone wrong.
Yeah. Guys, I just pooped my pants. You don't understand. But you know what? You're never going to understand because no one understands me. He looks angry in this one. It's a full lie. It's a full lie. We got that same CM Punk that showed up on Rampage, Manny, happy and enjoying life, CM Punk. That's not the way I like my Punk. I like my Punk overcooked and bitter.
Marcus, are you awake?
Yes.
Are you sure? I can wake you up by getting some mist and spitting it in your face.
Ah, no! No! Not like this! What is this, blood? Yes, the blood of your father that I've been keeping for years.
Between him and Asuka, I think Nakamura is the better mister.
Oh, yeah. He learned from Muda. I don't know where Asuka learned. Well, Asuka's not bad, but she misses a lot.
Well, Marcus, when you kiss the Great Muta and absorb all his powers, like what we witnessed earlier in the beginning of the year, I think that's why he has the power of being able to miss properly. But welcome everyone to the Untitled Manny and Marcus show, or if you're watching in Latin America, I am one half of the Kings of the Ropes, Lord Manny Hayes, and the other half is right over there.
Yes. The sickly one, also known as Marcus the Grand Finale, who in South America gets the loudest reactions. Manny, when I walk out to the ring, it is the equivalent of CM Punk walking out to Chicago when I come out in South America. And yes, we come out to Cult of Personality. That's the only way we can come out.
No, I
just
come
to make
out
sure we get the reaction.
Grapes by women.
Women with clean hands, Manny. Women with clean hands.
As we've discussed on the Thanksgiving video, clean hands. Hands that have a passport and I know where they've been.
Show me your hands. Manny's like someone's mom. Do you wash your hands before your meal? Yeah. Let me see. No, come back in there. Come back in there. You can't feed me grapes like that.
If you've been living under a rock, CM Punk is back in WWE.
Marcus, if you lived under a rock, I feel like you were bothered by it. You were just like, get on with this. Come on. Leave me alone. I'm under my rock. Leave me alone.
Before we go anywhere, Marcus, I wanted to share with you my favorite type of news story. Just pay attention quickly.
AEW's morale has been hit by CM Punk's return to WWE.
Already, a morale meter has been taken out, and someone has gone, it's down. I hate when it happens in WWE, and I hate when I hear these stories anywhere else. It's the most ridiculous thing ever.
Who is the morale measurer? Who's the morale measurer in all the workplace? Because I'm going to tell you this, morale in my workplace, your workplace, Manny, that guy down the street who I don't know, I bet you his workplace, morale's down everywhere.
But how'd you measure it? You would yeah, morale feels down today.
That's bad morale. Or do you just walk up to some guy and be like, if I'm in the AEW locker room, hey, Luchasaurus or Kill Switch now. How you doing today? I'm all right. Feeling a bit of the weather. All right, morale's down. Luchasaurus isn't feeling it today.
We just got breaking news. J.K. Smith can also confirm where he's at. Morale is low.
And that's the lead. And Manny, morale has to be down in AEW for QC Marshall to give up his meal ticket of AEW. Where else is he going to go?
I think he could get a bigger meal ticket working in the Performance Center.
How you doing higher than that? I mean, that would be a favor for Cody. That would be a favor for Cody.
It'd be a favor for Cody, but I don't necessarily think he's that bad of a trainer.
I don't think he's. I don't know if he's that good, man.
I don't have proof.
I need proof.
I think we're merely judging him on what he's done on television. If we take that away and we didn't know he existed, I think we'd be just fine.
Yeah, I don't know. I need proof. I don't even know how to even prove it. I need someone to come on TV and one to shoot interviews with Steve Austin or RJ City and say, I would not be where I'm at if it wasn't for QT Marshall.
No one ain't saying that on RJ City's podcast. That thing
You
is
know
all
what I mean?
jokes.
Yeah, I'm trying to
It's
think.
all
Does
jokes.
AEW still do their podcast? The Restricted? I don't even know if they still do that.
They still do it.
Okay, so I need someone to go on there and be like, I credit all my career, all of it, to QT Marshall, and it can't be Jungle Boy because everybody looking at him sideways. Huh. You ruined our morale.
So let's talk CM Punk. We'll talk about the promo and we'll talk about everything else. Read the one below it. We asked 100 people how morale is. Our survey said down.
Damn it.
CM Punk returns on Survivor Series. We didn't necessarily see on the live stream all the nonsense that was happening. So you got Seth Rollins, whether it was a work or it wasn't, screaming at him.
Fuck you! You trying to tell me that's not a work? I have never seen anybody in public.
Yeah, but you know what? In the same time as that's going on, CM Punk is doing the Randy Orton pose, waving to Randy. Randy is in the cage sitting down in a chair, going, doing the same thing.
Enjoying
just chaos. You got Drew McIntyre storming out before Punk even arrives, which has been debunked as possibly a work because he's a cameraman told him when it's time when he could leave.
And if you look, the cameraman's following him up the ramp. I can see Drew storming out. Like, I don't know the scenario, but I can picture a scenario which they were having their match. The referee probably tells them, hey, your match needs to end right now. I don't care what other spots you guys have planned or whatever battle you had going on. We can end it right now because we need to fit CM Punk within this window. Yeah. And everybody going, fuck. And I can see Drew being pissed about that.
And then obviously we were listening in to the press conference, but so Triple H said the guy CM Punk showing some growth, which I don't necessarily believe.
He grew 2 inches. Look, we have a wall and we check his height from 10 years ago, and he grew. He grew a little bit.
Marcus, yes, so what I'm gonna leer to is yes, Punk may have changed as a person since 10 years ago when he was last in WWE. But he was still an asshole 2 months ago when he got released from AEW.
Well, come on. Wait a minute. Back, Manny.
It's not all his fault.
It's not all his fault. It's not all his fault in that last one. The last one is not 100% his fault. The previous one with him and Hangman and the Bucks and the fight in the back, yeah, he instigated a lot of that one. Jungle Boy acted more than that last one. That man was just going to Wembley and he was going to have a match with his old friend Samoa Joe, and that's all that was going to happen. Next thing you know, he has somebody in a choke and Johnny Khan's fear for his life. That is not his fault that Jungle Boy wanted to use real glass.
So on the community page, Nikki left a comment on what she thought about CM Punk return to WWE. She said, and I believe Nikki 8600.
Okay.
I absolutely. Someone left it on our page. I absolutely love it. People want to sit here and blame Punk for everything, even though it wasn't his fault. Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, Jungle Boy, etc., messed around and found out it's not okay for a man to defend himself. Not saying he was 100% innocent, but he wasn't the main cause of the AEW drama. Which is true.
It's true. It was a combination. It was a bad mix. It was like just putting it was oil and vinegar. They just didn't mix well. Like, it's not all CM Punk, and it may not all be Hangman, and Kenny and all that either. It's just people just don't get along. It was probably Tony's fault for just not being able to, officiate all of this. Like, just being like, hey, y'all need to stop fucking around on TV and talking shit about each other. That's all that needs to happen. So an adult needs to enter the room, and I'm talking about a real adult CM Punk, enter the room and say, y'all need to stop fucking around. All right? We got business to do.
Elujok said he should do better being in a place that has corporate structure that's over 70 years old and that will not put up with his crap. I think this is the final straw, and I believe Punk knows that. However, that being said, I imagine he will be gone before SummerSlam 2024. As a fan of his for years, his last AEW run was too much for me, and I tapped out on caring what this man does. I love pro wrestling more than any performer. I don't know why he decided to end it like that. I love pro wrestling.
Well, man, this is also the man that ended his sentence, however, Jungle. Okay?
Yeah.
So, I think he's go back to school and figure out how to finish his sentences or thoughts. Away. But
Yeah, Marcus, for me, I actually believe that though. It's more a case of I believe it when I see it. Like, I think he's of that age where you just don't stand for people's bullshit a lot of the time. And there's a professional way of doing it, and then there's just the normal I'm a real human version, which Punk does. Punk is a regular person that would just reacts without even thinking a lot of time. And I think a lot of what him coming in, I think Triple H would have had to say, you just don't have a fight with anybody. Like,
well, the main thing he probably told her was, you know, I can do the show. We can do the show without you. Like,
yeah,
people love Jey Uso and Sami Zayn and LA Knight and all that. We got some top baby faces here that are actually happy, and the people don't hate. I'm running the show. Yeah. I'm getting love and getting considered Book of the Year. I don't need you here. We're doing top business right now. Look at me read these numbers every single PLE. We're doing great. I don't need this shit.
This is what I mean. I think I said this with Maurice on Sunday. Yes, I went on another podcast.
I don't know.
You
just showed me your hands, Manny. You just showed me your hands.
I was promoting our show. And how we're the kings of. We are still untitled everywhere else except Latin America. I just don't think WWE actually needed him. I just like when you look at the trajectory they were going, they were building new stars and whatnot. It just felt like they didn't need him.
Yeah.
But I get the business aspect of it, and it makes sense. Business-wise, you may get a Raw television deal, a better negotiated television deal with having him on board. All of it makes sense. Like you look at the numbers of him returning, like the social media numbers and all that. It makes sense. He draws people in, but it's like at what cost? Like it's like Thanos. That at what cost are you doing all this stuff?
It costs to get you everything. But no, I don't think they're not the Thanos situation of desperation, Manny. They're not the Thanos situation of desperation. Right now, if I were to equate the WWE with a Disney property, they are the Empire in Star Wars. We have everything. But you know what? Let's build this Death Star and blow some shit up. We already run the galaxy. But let's get this Death Star. That's super run the galaxy. And I feel like CM Punk is that Death Star. If you hit the right button, the whole shit can explode.
Yeah. So let's just start with the end. Let's start with his promo because that's what most people are probably clicking on this for. CM Punk comes out, says hell frozen over because he's in the WWE ring. He says he's afraid to sum up what it's like to be back because of how true his statement may be. He says, I'm home. It's made me feel like my old self because it's where I belong. And the fans for the last 10 years never forgot me. And when he wanted to forget himself, they kept chanting his name in WWE. So for that statement there, I feel he was still lying.
I thought you were going to say something I wasn't. I thought you were about to say, you know what? In that statement right there, at that very moment, I believed him, man. Nah. Full lies. I feel like all lies. I think that he is back for one reason and one reason only: money and reputation and pettiness. I am here because Tony pissed me off, and I want to prove to the world it was them fuckers over there, them kids and their fucking internets and their PTE triggers. They trigger me.
A wise man told him for him to get everything he needs, he would have to leave and come back. He is back to the fans because they are home. Which again contradicts what he says as Raw goes off air. As he says into the camera, he's not here to make friends, he is here to make money. Which one is it, Punk?
Well, CM Punk has heat with cameraman after promo. Why would you say that to me?
Yeah.
I just wanted to be your friend. I'm not here to make friends, to make money. Why? Oh. I feel to an extent, I'm going to say this right now. I believe 100% like you, Manny. Everything he said on the screen was a goddamn lie. And I mean that in the most phanically way. However, I will say this. I believed at one point, he believed his own lie when he said he was at home. Because when he said he was at home, I reflect back to when Cody made the same jump from AEW to WWE, and he said, I hate the college place, but this place is home. It was the exact same promo, I feel like.
Yeah, but I think it makes sense for those two, and I think anyone that left WWE and then did a bid or time in AEW, it makes sense because obviously it's two different environments. Cody spent how many years in WWE before he went on his excursion where he went all to the indies and then helped create AEW. Punk was in the WWE system for a lengthy amount of time too before he left, and then took a large amount of time away from wrestling, and then 8 years away from wrestling, and then went into AEW. So like I can see where you can go because like WWE, like do you know when Kevin Owens re-signed with WWE?
Yeah.
When he talked about the familiarity, I can't speak today.
Yeah, all of those words.
Yeah, of the people. It's not kind of just like the wrestlers there, they come and go. But the people that are there long term are like all the camera crew, all the backstage crew and everything. That's where you go, oh, it's a really family, because that is what it is. All the people that are not wrestlers or talent, they're the ones that work there all the time. I don't think that chops and changes nearly as much as people think. So like I think when they go, oh, it's a family and stuff like that, that's what it is. I think you get comfortable with all those types of people.
Yeah.
So like when he says, "Oh, it was like a homecoming," it was probably like that because I don't think that a lot of the wrestlers were running up to him and going, "Welcome back" and all that stuff. They may have just been nice. Do you know how you're nice at work when you go, "How you doing?" kind of thing.
Yeah. So according to the report to one of the dirt sheets, I don't remember who. I'm just gonna say
Probably
them.
Meltzer.
I'll say them. He was shaking hands, kissing babies, greeting everybody, very friendly in the back, and I'm sure that was probably the case. Yeah, it's politics. You gotta greet everybody and all that. Manny, I'm not gonna compare myself to CM Punk, but I've been in a similar situation in my industry where I left a company and then went to another company that previously was the company I was in.
Yeah.
And I would say it did feel like a homecoming simply when I was doing paperwork and the original I don't know her actual job position. I'm just gonna say secretary, even though I don't think that's her job. I'm sure it's more important than that. I would say administrator. One of the administrators was giving me his paperwork, and it was just this familiarity of like, damn, I haven't talked to you in a long time, and all that. And it was like, damn, I feel like I'm in the right spot. I feel home. And I think that's the same thing CM Punk felt when he came back. It was just like there's this comfort of I know these people know their shit, unlike the previous people who I was dealing with. It's pretty much like that.
I do have a similar memory of like it wasn't that I left. It was like, oh, I can't stay in this store because I'm moving up. So they wouldn't let you like be a manager in your own store. You have to go away. So like when I went away for training, and then they moved me to a store closer to home. But then I think after a year or two, they asked if I could cover in my old store, and
Yeah.
it was like a homecoming. It was like, but it was like I grew up because they had this progression board on there of like who left to do what and grow up in the company, like go higher.
Yeah.
And it was nice because like when you're in that workplace, you are gonna have bad times in there as well as good times, but you mostly
Yeah.
remember the bad times outside of the good times a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So like going back there to see that even though I may have had bad moments in there, they still acknowledged that, you know what, he made something of himself when he left it. So like it was a nice homecoming. And when do you know what, when I left my last day there, never asked for it, but I feel like I want to ask for it whenever I leave anywhere else ever again. Marcus, I got guard of honor. I got clapped as I left the building.
Ooh. Oh. That's nice. I got thrown out by security.
So he gives an update on AJ. Not AJ Styles, AJ Lee.
I would love for the confusion because he needs to understand it's been 10 years. AJ hasn't been brought up in WWE in a long time. So for people to say, oh, AJ Styles is okay, I didn't know they were a gay couple. I thought, Windy, it all of a sudden means coming from Windy City. Oh my God, it all is.
He says she's fabulous and sends her regards. Everyone's working back with open arms. Well, almost everyone. We're pointing out of I've just got a text message from someone I work with, Leanne, who said we ain't getting no guard of honor when we leave Camden. Says almost everyone making reference to Seth Rollins. The competition here, everyone competes to be the best in the world, but the best in the world has not been here for almost 10 years. He then says they're afraid that he set a bar at an unattainable level. They are afraid that the brass ring is in the back of his pocket and can't grab it. What I want to say here, Marcus, I feel like wrestling for a long time has moved past him. I feel like wrestling has moved on without him. I feel like when he talks about an unattainable level, I think he can't reach that level anymore. When I look at the work that, like, say, Will Ospreay did in AEW with Jericho, he managed to get a great match out of Jericho in his 50s.
Yeah.
All the stuff Danielson's been doing in AEW and in WWE when he left, I feel everything has moved on past him. Even stuff Kenny Omega's doing. I'm talking about a lot of AEW guys, but like a lot of people have just kind of just moved over. He's not the best in the world anymore. Wrestling has changed since he was last considered the real best in the world.
I don't give a damn if anybody got better than me. If I at one point called myself the best in the world, you goddamn right, I'm still gonna do it.
So you're basically Mark Henry, feeding on a world's strongest man thing for 20 years.
Yeah, you'll be wrong. So you know, Daniel, I like the best of the world part of the promo more than probably you did, where he's going like, instead of him going like, I want to work with the young guys and motivate stuff. I think that's what he kind of said in AEW when he first came back. I want the best in the world. I want someone with the ego, the chip on his shoulder. I want someone going after Roman or Seth for their titles, or hell, Gunther at that point. I want someone to prove themselves. I want that person to want to go to WrestleMania and main event. I don't want anybody here just to have a good time. I don't want to edge. I just want to hang around my friend Christian kind of deal. I want someone going to be world champion, and that's what I liked about that part of the promo. Do I think he's the best in the world? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But I do like the part of the promo of you saying you are the best in the world, because there's no reason to be competing. It'd be like LeBron going into the NBA. I'm just happy to be on the court in my 21st season. Okay, I don't actually want to win these games. I want to make sure these young guys. I want to make sure Joel Embiid looks good. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
So, how do you want to deal with the rest of the thing? Do you want to bring in Seth Rollins, who talks about CM Punk briefly, or do you want to just start from the beginning of the show now?
Well, I think we should let's go to some of these comments real quick. I didn't read any of them because one of them is from Daniel Price.
Daniel Price! We have missed you, Daniel Price.
Yeah. He's not home. He's just been at an Airbnb renting it out, thinking it's a house. Honestly, this does feel like the cousin that just came out of jail. Situation. And I'm not saying AEW's in jail. I'm just saying this man's been away from wrestling for the time. Before I'm talking about before he went back to AEW, went to AEW like it was his halfway house, and now he's fucking back. Now he's back at home, and people got to deal with. It's like, oh, when's he going to go back in? That's what I feel like. He feels like the cousin that goes in and out of jail.
So Disman said his promo could have been, my bad, yo.
You know what? Could have been it. Like, I was wrong. I was wrong. Idiot son-in-law, the dead dad, all that. It's horrible.
Going away from WWE is like Rum Springer. Is that when the Amish kids go to the real world to experience like the real world for like 2 weeks and then come back?
I don't know.
I think that might be what it is. It may not be perfect.
We're going to accept that answer.
I'm sure Kofi was genuinely happy to see CM Punk. Legit question.
Until he said, "Get Woods out of here. He's one of their guys. Fuck him."
Legit question.
Show called SmackDown.
Still there now, besides Seth and Randy. A few of them. There's quite a few.
Yeah, because you got to realize how old the WWE is right now.
Natty was there.
Natty. Drew was there. Doing 3MB, but he was there.
Wade Barrett was there.
Yep. The entirety of the Shield, or Seth and Rollins, Heyman, and stuff like that. Roman. A few people were actually still there. It's just a big turnaround. Like, Natty was there. Tamina, the Usos.
Oh yeah, Tamina definitely was there.
Tamina, the Usos, Cody. It's actually a fair amount since how old WWE is right now in their current roster. They've all been around and experienced the CM Punk.
Daniel Price. Jericho's like the old guy hanging out with high school kids trying to seem cool, and they let him think he is just so he'll buy them beer.
Yeah, that's 1000% true.
We've basically read out a Luchador's longer comment on one of our on our community page. Punk will be gone before SummerSlam. Do need mental help.
We should start taking bets on the over under. I got him finishing the year. I got him going a full year without incident.
No, I think he'll have an incident. I think you act like things don't rub him the wrong way.
Well, Manny, what's the secret to limit people incidents? You limit their dates. Yeah. There's no return on when he's coming back. He did this Raw promo and was like, "Thank you guys, I'm here to make money, not friends." There was no storyline involving him technically. There was no reason for him to come back on Raw next week or be on SmackDown or NXT. So the next time we may see him is Rumble.
That too, and nothing happens in WWE in December, really.
Yeah. So he has the rest of the year for sure on lock. It's the WrestleMania season is where I'm curious where things can go haywire, and if he gets through that, he may make it the year.
That's a good question. Why would Rhea have legit beef with Punk? I don't understand her reaction in character. Well, it was in character, wasn't it? It's like they run WWE, so why would they care about anyone else in WWE?
Yeah, and they just lost.
Yeah.
The in-character motion of that is fuck all that's going on here. The show's over. Fuck this. It's the Judgment Day's mentality. They run WWE as they, as she explicitly said her trench coat today.
Yeah.
It's not like... I guess we can start talking about the rest of the show now.
Yeah. Randy comes out talking about competing about war games and being part of professional wrestling history, and he got to make a moment. He talks about unfinished business with the bloodline. He can forgive, but he can't forget, and he's got a bag full of receipts in the form of the 3 most dangerous letters in sports entertainment. RKO for every member of the bloodline.
When is the last time you heard sports entertainment, man? Because that freaked me out. I haven't heard that in forever.
I thought it was weird. So the first part of his promo when he was talking about competing in war games, he said professional wrestling. And then when he started talking about the 3 most dangerous letters, he said in sports entertainment, which means I think there's another 3 letters out there in professional wrestling that people are afraid of. DDT.
MJF.
DDT.
So we're a bit confused though what Randy Orton's move is. But fast forward, Bobby comes out to the ring in trench coat to greet him. I guess for a plan for attack. I really don't know what her. I just thought she was about to get RKO'd, and we were gonna say because I thought
Randy was about to. Was Marcus. I know what her plan was. She came out there to unsettle him. She was like, "You teamed with Jay, who was in the bloodline. Your big return of being away from a year and a half was upstaged by CM Punk." Yeah. She was there to unsettle. And let everybody know that since he was gone, the landscape has changed.
I thought you were going your boy Riddle.
Judgment Day is the dominant force in all of WWE. And Riddle's gone.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be slipped in. Riddle's gone. There's no one here that likes you.
She addresses the loss. She said, the reality is the Judgment Day is dripping in gold. It's a war game. It's just a bump in the road. This is the thing. This is the one that I was going to release a short, but I knew we'd get a copyright thing on it. So I was just like, forget it. Randy says he's been watching the product for a year and a half, and it's been Rhea this, Rhea that, Mummy this, Mummy that. But guess what, Rhea? Daddy's back.
Yes.
Didn't know we were into poetry.
That was beautiful. It was beautiful. And this is what I feared for her life. Because for me, when Daddy's back, it's like, oh shit, he's gonna hit her.
Nah, that's too much. You can't do that on national TV, Marcus.
Oh,
you wouldn't do that on national TV. You do it on pay-per-view. If you're gonna be outraged by it, you got to pay for it.
But she has an RKO coming though, right? Like I feel like that has to happen. She's due. And when she walked out in full trench coat microphone, I was like, I'm ready for this match. Load it up. Load it up. Randy once wrestled Alexa Bliss in a wrestling match, guys. Remember, he doesn't care. He doesn't care.
Yeah, but he's 0-1 against women.
Yeah, she's
She says things may have changed, but one thing has never changed. Nobody tells Randy Orton what the fuck to do. She states that Randy has made the Judgment Day his enemy, and that he is jumped by Dominic and JD McDonough. Randy delivers an RKO to JD, who is sporting a neck brace. He then states that Dom shouldn't run away so far because he's going to find Adam Pearce and he's going to get Dom in the ring later tonight.
Yeah, I know neck strong is Roderick Strong's gimmick. But JD McDonough getting RKOs every week in a neck brace would be just funny to me. I don't know why. I just want to see him more and more fucked up each week. Ever since he joined Judgment Day, his body just gets beaten up. Neck brace, arm brace. Randy Orton's getting RKOs every week until the point he just goes, I quit.
So I didn't understand why the first hour was commercial free. Because I didn't need this tag team turmoil thing to be for the full hour, to be honest.
So when they said commercial free first hour, I went like this. All right, cool. We're going to get a half hour CM Punk ranting and raving about his time in AEW.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. I watched the show live last night, Marcus. I am ruined today because of my antics from last night.
But the business person in me said, you put CM Punk at the end and have him say nothing.
Yeah.
That was me. And he's like, you got to watch all this other nonsense.
So the tag team turmoil, I'm going to go through it really quickly. And then you can say your piece at the end regarding any bits. So DIY versus American Alpha. They lose. American Alpha loses. DIY progress to face Indashir, who should be released. DIY defeat them. DIY versus the Creeds. DIY lose to the Creeds. Then the Creeds go through the New Day, Imperium, and win the gauntlet. Where they called it a turmoil, but it was really a gauntlet match. I don't know why they called it a turmoil.
I don't know if it's a gauntlet and turmoil. at this point now.
So the Creeds, they are really pumping the Creeds.
Yeah. I mean, well, they should. The Creeds are amazing in the ring and freak athletes as they are. But my main story from this turmoil isn't the Creeds winning. It isn't Imperium losing. It isn't the New Day. It isn't DIY and a continued losing streak. Or even Alpha Academy. It's Veer Sega. Just, if you want to talk about like, oh no! These are not Triple H's guys. You can tell. Vince pumped up Veer for years in these brackets. Years.
Yeah, but he pumped up V. He did not pump up Sangha.
Sega's just associated with him, and Jinder's the manager, and it was like, oh, someone had to lose right here, I guess. But they could have been better off not being there.
Yep. So Finn tells Damien that the Creeds are no joke. Damien is mad, thinking that everyone is pissed at him because he decided he was the captain and they lost on his watch. Rhea says no one is going to hold a grudge that he made himself captain and it didn't work out. And then later on in the night, R-Truth was in the Judgment Day clubhouse doing cocaine and eating Twinkies. Truth wanted to be on the team, but had no idea it was 2 days ago.
How did I do?
Truth, you weren't there.
Yeah. My favorite thing was Finn Balor's post on Twitter about I've been cleaning up the clubhouse all night with the vacuum due to R-Truth's antics in Jelly Rolls.
Then we get to Cody Rhodes. He thanks everyone on his team that won at War Games, especially thanks Randy Orton for giving him the win in his dad's match. He welcomes back CM Punk. Cody wants to make an announcement. He declares himself for the 2024 Royal Rumble, but then the lights go out. It's Shinsuke Nakamura. He needs Cody to set him free to evolve. He was patient, but now he is done waiting.
Yeah.
He will bring chaos to him and then appears in the ring and spits red mist in Cody's face and takes a bow like mischief managed.
Yes. The Japanese Nightmare versus the American Nightmare. First of all, bullshit, Cody. Bullshit. And the reason Shinsuke probably spit in his face wasn't because he was the chosen one. It was because, one, Cody was out there lying to people. How dare he say he's the first person to declare himself in the 2024 Royal Rumble match? When I watched that press conference and I heard Gunther say that I am the favorite to win the Royal Rumble match, and I am in there. I know he didn't say I declare, which is the official rule, I guess. But Gunther was first, damn it, and Gunther is the favorite, Cody. How dare you?
Speaking of Gunther, he's once again disappointed with his boys, and he wants them to go sort out the DIY problem about Pierce. Then Miz tries to challenge Gunther, and then this was the biggest slap in the face without striking any violence. He says to the Miz, "You stood up for yourself," and he proves that he belongs in the ring, just not with me.
Ouch.
Yep, ouch indeed.
Shout out to Gunther. Carrying his
We move to our big meaty men slapping meat match of the night. Bronson Reed versus Ivar. The match was all right, but then it went mad to madness with the witch lady doing whatever she needed to do, and then double count out. But they continued to fight. I swear Bronson Reed murdered a security guard or just a random dude.
Yeah. This guy want to get the fuck away from me and then dive out now. A lot of chaos ensues. And all because Valhalla was ejected from ringside.
Yeah.
She jumped on the apron and the referee was like, I ain't taking this shit. Get out of here. Get out of here. It's something that a referee should do on any given basis. But it never happened. So she was thrown out. Chaos breaks out. Nice brawl. Big meaty man slapping meat of the night.
Yeah. Then we get Nia Jax versus Zoe Stark. This match was brought about because Nia was in the back running her mouth when talking about Zoe losing and her being the next challenger to Rhea. So Zoe Stark challenged her to a match, which apparently is exactly what Nia Jax wanted. It wasn't that bad of a match either.
No. Again, excuse me. Nia has done really good work. I'm telling you, since her return. This is a new Nia Jax.
Yeah.
is a monster now, and I appreciate her killing Zoe Starks. And how dare you? I don't know where this plan was. Nia's plan was like, I want to fight Zoe Starks, but how did this work out? But it worked out for Nia. I don't know where she goes from here.
So Seth Rollins comes to the ring. The fans interrupt the singing of his song with CM Punk chants, which I thought, finally, it's been stopped.
Was it though, man? He could have started back up, I think, like several times.
Says he doesn't want to spend any more energy talking about hypocrite, and he wants to talk about the world heavyweight title and how he's made it one of the most important titles. Lying. This episode is sponsored by lying.
Yeah. Everybody lies on the show. This title is third behind Gunther's Intercontinental title and 20 other titles in wrestling.
Says he started to get the itch to be a fighting champion again, but he is interrupted by Drew McIntyre. Drew congratulates him on the win at War Games. Apparently, the Judgment Day plan was to lose the match. He says he needs to forget about Jay and go off the World Heavyweight title. Drew agrees with what Seth said. He had no one else to blame but himself for losing at Crown Jewel. He is done with compassion. He wants a rematch. Seth believes he deserves a title match, but there's a few others that deserve a title match before him.
Man, before this moment,
yeah, go on.
And before you get to the next sentence of Rollins, I want to say, this is when you enter Dave Chappelle's "When Keeping It Real Goes Wrong." Because Drew came out there 100% genuine, but motherfuckers be fucking with you. And this is how I feel CM Punk's downfall would end up in AEW, in WWE, or anywhere he goes. Because everything's going full, come on, and good. And then you do some shit like this. Go ahead, finish the sentence.
Seth says he spoke with Adam Pearce, and next week he'll be defending the title. Seth tells him he'll be defending against Jey Uso. And then you saw his face just change.
Yes. my favorite part about all this is Drew using real logic in wrestling when after he headbutts Seth and goes, you know I'm ahead of him. I beat him 2 weeks ago. You know I'm ahead of him. Why would you do this? Why would you do this?
Marcus, but the funniest thing about the headbutt...
That's how you drive somebody crazy right there. Like, he's number one.
The funniest thing about the headbutt was he headbutted him so hard. One, he busted himself open. But two, he somehow had a breakaway kill, and he was just out there in just underpants.
That's when you know someone's out of their mind. That's one of those, like, I don't know. I just don't understand what's going on in the world. I lost my pants out there. I lost my kilt. I'm out here in my underwear. Headbutt fools. But Seth provoked this. Drew did nothing wrong in this scenario other than say, hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm good. You good? I'm good. Yeah, can I be number one contender? Nah, I gave it to Jey Uso, the person you hate the most in the world.
In the first round of 2024 racial draft, Seth Rollins selects Jey Uso.
Like, I don't even know what Jay did in the match to warrant him be like, oh, I got to give him a title shot. Like, there were 4 other people on that team.
Yeah, and the fact that when it came down to, oh, Jay, we need you to get us the advantage, he lost that match. Why does he deserve a title match?
Yeah, and he lost to Drew, who you're not giving a title match. This is pure ducking 101. This is why Drew should have killed him. This is why you had to kill him.
But then, as Drew decides,
and Adam Pearce gave you the match.
As Drew decides to storm out of the arena, Sammy stops him and asks, "What the hell is wrong with him?" He isn't the only one that lost in front of his family to the Bloodline or came so close to defeating Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight title. He doesn't whine about it. He picks himself up and goes again. Drew says he's going to listen to what him and Seth say, but I'm going to get a match against you next week. Oh no.
I can hear Sammy's heart sink at that very moment. Oh, I didn't want that. I don't want Drew problems. Drew's angry.
So, Marcus, do you remember a certain YouTube short of when I watch a Natty match, I just go click?
Yeah.
Well,
Very
my body decided to go click because I fell asleep during this match, and I rewatched the rest of this at 5 a.m. in the morning when I woke up and the TV was too loud.
I can imagine Manny. I can imagine it going. Do. You never got to do. You never got.
No, I heard Chelsea Green, but then my body was like, no. The match happened. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I don't know what the quote Jay-Z. What more can I say? They retain.
Jay Uso clears everything up with Randy Orton as long as he no longer with the bloodline. They're cool. Yeet.
By the way, Randy Orton, you may have said this earlier. He plans on killing every member of the history of the bloodline, and I don't know how hard this journey is going to be. It seems like a lot.
Well, he's going to be waiting a long time because I don't think Roman's showing up till December next year.
I want him to get Rikishi first. I want Rikishi sitting at home, and all of a sudden, we're cutting live being silent. Rikishi's going to talk about Jey Uso's title shot with Seth Rollins, and all of a sudden, whap! A chair in the back of his head.
But Marcus, I need to ask you this question then. Randy Orton has a history with legends.
Yeah.
He takes them out, they all seem to end up in AEW. So are you suggesting Rikishi to AEW?
Him and Scotty who do Adi both.
That is the harshest thing ever. Jimmy said, I want Natty placed in the WWE vault like they do with Disney movies. She should be in the Hall of Fame, but away from TV.
Put it in the Disney vault. That used to be so harsh. Disney Plus ruined the Disney vault. I miss the Disney vault. Like, it's going back in the vault. We're not going to let you see the Little Mermaid ever again. You motherfuckers. I got to buy it now.
Or it's going to hand out RKOs like Oprah hands out cars. You get an RKO and you get an RKO.
I just want to know at what line does this end? I mean, you got Rikishi, you got the Fatu, Jacob Fatu, you got the one that Booker T is refusing to work with ever again. You got Roman, Solo, Paul's involved, Jimmy, Jay, Sammy.
I know where
Nia,
it stops, Marcus.
The Rock.
I know where it stops. Alpha and Sika.
Maybe he goes after Alpha and Sika would be amazing. Hello, guys. Put him in that room where he chaired all those guys into the AEW. Christian, Ric Flair, Mark Henry.
Where he suddenly got night vision goggles out and just regular like welding mask.
Yes.
So we get Orton versus Dominic Mysterio. The match was all right. It was a good return for Randy. However, he should have been DQ'd because that fat fuck put arms on Dominic Mysterio.
Yep. Jelly Roll was here tonight, guys, and I don't know who that is. He's country music platinum artist. I'm assuming he's a big deal, but to me, he just looks like a fat Post Malone. I don't fuck with
He's
either
sitting
one
on
of
two seats. Someone lost their seat in the front row behind commentary.
I'm sure they got taken to the bath to meet CM Punk as he was fighting off people. You get front sprint to the main event. What's the main event? CM Punk versus the locker room. Oh.
Dom misses the frog splash and gets dropped with the RKO, and then we go back to CM Punk. So we've covered the entire Raw. The Raw really actually felt like there was some different type of energy to it from the last couple of weeks. There wasn't that too much Judgment Day on it, which felt good, which felt like they're moving in a different direction, which kind of feels like we've started to make that adjustment going towards the Royal Rumble. It's like we're starting to approach the road to WrestleMania. I know wrestling kind of goes dead around December.
Yeah.
That's why we only work 2 weeks of it.
Here's my question. I'm sick, and I should probably end it right here, but it's popped in my mind. Do Raw need more heels? I feel like it's just Judgment Day, right? Like, they need more heels. Like, everybody seems to be a face right now. CM Punk, face. Randy, face.
Yeah.
Cody,
Well,
face.
they've got Gunther.
Jay, Sammy.
They've got
Gunther,
Gunther.
yeah. But he
I
doesn't
don't know
seem
what
like a
Bronson Reed
heel
and
heel.
Ivar- Yeah, I don't know what Bronson Reed and Ivar are.
Yeah. Like it seems like the Judgment Day are the only like dominant quote unquote heels in on Raw. We need some real villains.
I think we're gonna get a real villain either between Seth Rollins or CM Punk. I think one of them's gonna be turning heel. And I think it's gonna be CM Punk. I think it's gonna be CM Punk because notice when Seth Rollins promo, he called him a hypocrite. And then everything Punk said you could be construed as hypocritical.
Yeah.
Like what Punk said was almost the revert, like almost the opposite of kind of stuff he said when he returned on that very first Rampage.
Yeah, I've changed. The man, CM Punk looked like a person that got baptized, and you're like, oh wait, they're gonna change their ways. And next thing you know, they had a corner liquor store and they're fighting some random bum, and you go like, I thought you were baptized. Nah.
Realistically, the CM Punk thing, I just don't feel is gonna work out. I just don't think because the whole thing's built on spite. Him going over there just is built on spite and making money, as much money as he can before WWE get tired of him.
Hey, sometimes spite carries people a long way, Manny.
No. Spite carried me a long way in retail, but I'm glad I'm not powered by that. I'm fueled by other things now. I'm not fueled by hate. I'm not fueled by envy. I'm not fueled by just damn right having a chip on my shoulder to be better than everyone.
Well, if we go back to Punk, he went to AEW out of pettiness and spite in the first place. To be like, I showed them WWE fuckers I am. Like he was singing shots at them every week.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Same deal with Cody. They did the same kind of deal. And now they're back. Maybe that pettiness and spiteness is washed over him. Maybe he is a changed man. Maybe he saw his last run at AEW and was like, okay, I'm out of control. I know what I want. And I want WrestleMania, damn it. I want it so bad.
Who knows? Who knows what?
I don't know.
Who knows the real story? We're going to go down a road with this, and I like a lot of people are a bit skeptical about it, but I'm going to enjoy the ride because he brings in views and he brings a lot of talking points that make this show a lot more interesting when we've got things to talk about.
Yeah. Think of it this way: if CM Punk didn't make his return to Survivor Series, Manny, we would have led the show off with QT Marshall has left AEW.
No, we would have led the show with the Judgment Day run all of WWE. That's what we would have led. That's what we would have done.
The Judgment Day still runs all WWE, and now they go after Randy Orton. But we'll see. We'll see where this ride takes us. I'm intrigued, as always. And as I was at Eric's house over the weekend, and he had his AEW CM Punk hoodie on. So he can't wait to go full hippo and crate on the show Saturday. I had not seen it before the Raw thing, but
can I say I'm disappointed in all three of us?
Why?
We didn't make Raw's video of the CM Punk reactions, and I'm a little bit upset. Which means we have to go more animated next time something big happens.
Oh yeah, I want big. Oh, very good. I guess our Rumble reaction. Well, if I wasn't ill or lazy, I think laziness was the term, I would have put our reaction video up. But I don't think our reactions was as good as the other.
No, reactions. It wasn't.
And you know what? Fuck their reactions because I believe some of those are fake.
Some of them were, but you know what? Our reactions were so off because you were having internet problems, so your feed your feed ended up ahead of both of us.
Yeah,
so you reacted before all of us,
and I went, "Oh shit!" And then I was like, "How come they're not reacting?" Oh, I'm ahead of them.
Yeah, you had me thinking, "Oh, Randy Orton done something."
Well, even when I saw it, it didn't compute. Like you heard the music. I think this is like I think most people in the arena too. Like I'm like, huh? What? Like you hear the music, you see the Tron, and then it's kind of silent because you can't really hear shit because it's the crowd noise. And you just go like, oh, here it is. They came through. Triple H did it. He did it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's today's show.
Yeah. And add one thing, I think the story as even though CM Punk had a run at AEW and it was gonna be one of the most memorable runs of all time, infamous runs of any wrestler of everything. The story with CM Punk was always to return to WWE and I believe fight Roman Reigns at some point.
Well, everyone leaves always tends to come back.
Yeah, no one's ever really gone.
Even for a small stint. But then I just see
he had a cameo on .com.
Yeah, everyone is gonna have is gonna be moving about quite more frequently, I think, in 2024. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the circles of people leaving and going. Ricky Starks posted pictures of CM Punk talking about give you flowers now on Instagram.
Oh, he also I don't know. I think he also appeared training with Jade Cargill.
Yeah, like
I think he's next. I think he's next.
I 100% believe he's out.
Yeah,
I don't think he's like he may be the tag team champion right now, or we are the tag team champion with Big Bill, but I don't think like he's looking at that going like these title means nothing. This run means nothing. I'm not even on Dynamite.
Who's Bruno?
San Martino.
Oh, yeah, but that was more pettiness than anything. But
you're trying to tell me CM Punk wasn't pettiness? The Warrior was gone a long time. Hogan had a long stint away, and I mean, this is before he came back. I mean, this is Hollywood Hulk Hogan, you know, and testimonies and all that other stuff. So it's been a few people that have been like, I don't think they come back. You know, the fact that Eric Bischoff can walk on the stage with Vince McMahon and Dixie Carter can walk around in the background, I can imagine Tony Khan looking at both of those moments going like, please don't let that be me. That just means you lost. It just means you lost so bad that you have to be a fan of them.
Thing is, I think he is a fan of WWE. I think he's got into the business where he needs to create some type of controversy to get any notoriety in this game.
Yeah. I think he's still a fan, and I think it took him back that WWE is so anti him when he first went at them. Like they are trying to crush everybody. It's nothing personal. It's just business.
It's like when the Juggernaut comes after you. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Like it's like you make us put eyes on you. Okay, fine. But then we think a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about all these people: Bruno, Billy Graham, CM Punk, Bret Hart came back.
Can I just point out Marcus is sick, so maybe stop bringing people up in the comments because we'll be here for another half an hour.
Yeah, Bret Hart came back. That's probably the defense of everybody could come back.
Yeah, and then
not only did Bret Hart come back, he hugged Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, that, and then he came back with more crowbar, and we'll leave it at that.
Are we getting a Bret Hart? Or are we getting like a Hulk Hogan second run, I guess. I'm trying to think of a positive second run.
There was no positive second run. So I've been Lord Manny Hayes. He's been
Marcus the Grand Finale. Woo-hoo.
We are the Kings of the Ropes, only in Latin America. We are out. Peace.